Hello everyone, what is going on? T-Bummer. Today I wanted to do my overview video of the Destiny 2 reveal stream that just happened yesterday. I have gathered all the information that I can from that stream, as well as off of Twitter and from friends that I know that went to the reveal event and actually got their hands on the game. I actually got invited to that event, by the way. I don't know why or how. But I just didn't end up making it. Unfortunately, I had lots of stuff to do here, work and prepping for school and things like that. So I was not able to make the trip down to try out the game. I don't know how I got invited. Don't ask me how. But yeah, unfortunate. But we are gonna go through everything that we know so far. I uploaded the stream highlights. Essentially, it was still like 40 minutes. I only cut out like 20 minutes of the whole stream by the end of it. There's a lot of juicy bits in there, man. But yeah, I uploaded that yesterday. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Just a little bit shorter. For those of you who are a little bit shorter on time, I just kind of cut out people, the game developers who came up on stage and spoke about the game and the community and things like that. And just kind of left in the good stuff about the game and the actual, the trailer and the cinematics and things like that. So, moving on, let's talk about the subclasses first. One thing I want to note is it looks like they're changing every single super into a roaming super. So, for example, here we have the Striker up first. I will say the Striker has the same grenades as it does in Destiny 1, but Fist of Havoc has multiple charges and a timer, just like Golden Gun. You can slam, or you can do an arc equivalent to a sun charge, which is kind of like just like a shoulder charge essentially, although it auto tracks a lot better, I would think. I would hope they wouldn't put shoulder charge in the game, which they do put shoulder charge in the game later, by the way. I would hope they wouldn't put that in the game as well as this in the super. That wouldn't make much sense. So this should be more powerful than shoulder charge. And Fist of Havoc, like I said, multiple charges. I think it has a little bit less of a blast radius and does a little bit less damage, but you can use it like 3 or 4 times in your whole super, and you activate it just like you would hammers or Golden Gun or anything like that. And I'm assuming Nova Bomb is going to be that way as well, although I'm not sure how exactly they're going to do that, because they haven't shown Nova Bomb off yet. Moving on, the new abilities are a huge thing. Striker's new ability, that is a cooldown ability just like a grenade or your melee, is a barrier, and you can either have a smaller one that you can head glitch over while you're aiming down sights, and it just shows your head and you can kind of aim down sights and shoot over it. And it also instantly instantly reloads your equipped weapon when you take cover behind it. So if you're crouching behind it or anything like that and you're not ADSing over it, it auto reloads your equipped weapon. Or you can have a full one that can tank damage and seal off an area for a little bit. You cannot shoot through either of these barriers. You can only shoot over the head glitch one. And the bigger one is just like a full-size one. It kind of just blocks off a whole area. It's not that big. It's not like a huge Defender Titan bubble or anything. It's kind of close to that. But like I said, you can't shoot through it. And you just kind of have to play around it. It's almost like a build-a-wall type thing. Like, a mobile cover. And it lasts both of them, I believe, last for 15 seconds. We have 2 different skill trees. I believe you have to pick one or the other. Each one is a group of 4. The first one has Aftermath, which is Fist of Havoc disorients enemies and leaves a damage-dealing field in its wake. It also has Magnitude, Lightning's pulses and Aftermath last longer, Aerial Strike, Fist deals more damage the longer it is in the air, and Shoulder Charge. The second tree has a melee that gives you increased gun stability, which, by the way, I'd like to point out, I suggested that. Way back in my subclass balancing video, I said the Striker is like a running gun class. It should be based more on gunplay a little bit more. It should have perks that enhance the gunplay or the tankiness of the Striker Titan, because that's what it's themed off of. Just like Gunslinger has its increased stability perks and its increased reload speed perks, Striker should have something similar, in my opinion. And now it does. The melee gives you increased gun stability on impact, I believe, if not on kill. I'm not 100% sure. It also has Reversal. Melee kills trigger health regen instantly. Has Knockout. Breaking enemy shields increases your melee range. Hoping this doesn't turn out to be too much like Thunderstrike on the Stormcaller in Destiny 1. That could be interesting if you can just run up with a shotgun, take down someone's shields, and then melee them from a crazy distance. Although I will say, shotguns are now power weapons, which I'll get to in a little bit. That makes it a little bit more balanced in that regard, but still, the Titan melee could still be really, really good here. And it also has Trample, which is Fist of Havoc lasts longer while sprinting, and kills with Fist of Havoc extended. Moving on to the Gunslinger. The Gunslinger has the same grenades. Also has a new dodge ability, just like the Titan, the Striker Titan has the barriers. Gunslinger has a dodge. And you can pick, it's kind of like Shade Step, you double tap O on PlayStation or B on Xbox, and you can choose to make it auto-reload your equipped weapon, just like McCree from Overwatch, essentially. Or you can make it so that dodging near an enemy generates melee energy, so it gives you your melee back, which will give you a throwing knife a little bit faster. Doesn't seem that good to me, honestly. I think I'll go with the auto reload. It's not exactly like Shade Step. It definitely doesn't look exactly like Shade Step, but it's pretty similar. The first tree, just like we were talking about on the Striker Titan, got two trees of 4. The first tree has Chain of Woe, which is precision kills increase weapon reload speed for you and nearby allies. Bombs for bullseyes, precision hits generate grenade energy. 6-shooter, Golden Gun can be fired rapidly up to 6 times, but has a shorter duration. And finally, Explosive Knife. Throw a knife at enemies that explodes shortly after impact when your melee energy is full. The second tree has Knife Juggler, which is precision kills with throwing knife, auto recharge it. Gunslinger's Trance. Enter a trance with each precision kill, reducing Golden Gun's cooldown. Crowd Pleaser. Precision hits with Golden Gun generate orbs of light for your allies. And Line 'em Up, which is precision hits with Golden Gun, increase its damage and extend its duration. I'm not 100% sure if Golden Gun can get precision hits in PvP. I think this is a more PvP central skill tree, because this will allow you to shoot bosses with the Golden Gun and still be effective, because you can get precision damage with it and also generate orbs off of it and increase the damage and the duration. If it can do precision damage in PvP, then that's big, because that means aiming for the head with your Golden Gun can potentially extend its duration. So that could be interesting. Moving on to Dawnblade, we're not sure if this replaces Sunsinger, because we know Defender and Sentinel are around, which are both Void Titans. How do we know Defender's around? Well, because Zavala literally popped a Defender Titan bubble in the trailer. We don't know if that's playable. We're honestly not sure about anything at this point in terms of that. Defender could be going away. We don't know. Because we know they're revamping the Arcblade subclass, I believe, which we'll get to in a little bit. But yeah, there's some different possibilities going on with that we don't know exactly what's going on. But we knew Dawnblade has the old Sunsinger grenades. The super is called Daybreak, and you float in the air and rain down projectiles, pretty similar to hammers from Destiny 1. The new abilities are small rifts that you can pop on the ground that can either heal you and your team or increase your team's damage while you're in it. The 2 new skill trees, one is you can hold O on PlayStation or B on Xbox to quickly descend while you're in the air and regenerate your health while you're doing that. While you're in Daybreak, your descent causes explosive damage when you hit the ground. You have Angel of Light from Destiny 1, which is if you ADS while you're in the air, it holds you in the air. And precision damage while you're in Angel of Light extends how long Angel of Light lasts. And also your melee ignites enemies and causes them to explode when they die, a la Brimstone from Destiny 1 on the Sunsinger. The other ability tree can increase your reload and movement speed like Surge from Voidwalker in Destiny 1 on a melee. It also enables you to fire and throw grenades while gliding, which is the Warlock Jump. I'll talk about that in a second. Killing an enemy with Daybreak super extends it. And also double tap O on PlayStation or B on Xbox for a mid-air dash, just like the Titan's Twilight Garrison in Destiny 1, I believe. So right now we don't know if the full trees have to be selected or if you can mix and match the different perks in the trees, right? Like I said, there's 4 perks each tree. In my opinion, you have to pick the full tree because the perks really synergize with each other in a lot of ways. and I don't think you can mix and match the perks, in my opinion. Also, the ability to allowing you to shoot and grenade while jumping is interesting, because that makes me think that you can't do it by default. So that means you can't throw grenades while you're jumping, you can't shoot while you're jumping, just in general. And the Dawnblade, excuse me, has that perk available. So that could be interesting. I'm not sure how that's gonna work. But like I said, it could mean that we literally, like while we're jumping, we literally cannot throw grenades or shoot. So we're just sitting ducks while we're jumping, and so it's going to be a more ground-based game instead of just jumping around everywhere throwing grenades. But the fact that the Dawnblade has that ability makes it potentially very powerful. We're going to move on to the subclasses we don't know as much about. We have the Sentinel, which is the Void Titan that I was talking about earlier. He summons a small shield. You can slam it against enemies or throw it, and it bounces from enemy to enemy, which is literally, it's Captain America. It's literally a Void Captain America super. We also have the Arc Strider, which we think it replaces Blade Dancer, because it literally looks like the exact same super, and that's pretty much all we know about it right now. Also going to move on to a few exotics that we have heard tell about off of the event. One is called the Sunshot. It's an exotic hand cannon. It has explosive rounds. It highlights your targets, and enemies explode in fiery damage when they're killed. We also have the Sweet Business, which is an exotic auto or assault rifle. We're not sure which one they're called now. I believe it's actually called an assault rifle now instead of an auto rifle. But it's the Gatling gun that you may have seen from the trailers or from the reveal stream. It's got really good hipfire accuracy, 90 round magazine, and holding down the trigger gives you bonus range and rate of fire, so it ramps up the rate of fire just like a Gatling gun would, and it automatically loads ammo that you pick up while you're holding down the trigger, I believe. So you can just keep shooting and shooting and shooting as long as there's primary ammo in front of you on the ground. Some general new facts that I wanted to run over, just kind of random spotted facts. We know that it can run at 4K resolution on PlayStation 4 Pro. Destiny 2 can, but it's only at 30 frames per second. Now Destiny 2 is on PC. It can run at high resolution with 60 frames per second, and I've been told that the graphics with that are just incredible. We also do know that PC availability will be delayed after console, so PC gamers for Destiny 2, you're going to have to wait a little bit longer than console gamers will have. They're going to have it sooner than you guys, unfortunately. Don't know why that is exactly, but that's just all we know. And it's also going to be available exclusively through Blizzard's Battle.net. If you guys don't know who Blizzard is, it's the creators of Overwatch, which their servers are famously unhackable. So you PC players, yeah, you gotta wait longer, but your servers for Destiny 2 are gonna be literally incredible. They're gonna be so good. PC players are gonna have a really good time in terms of online play in Destiny. We know it's gonna have a more expansive world with side quests and other activities, exploring and treasure hunting. So that's pretty cool. It's kind of like Borderlands in that respect, I think. That's gonna be awesome. Most of the PvP game modes have been changed to 4 versus 4 instead of 6 versus 6 or 3 versus 3, excuse me. We have Countdown, which is the new game mode that was shown off at the reveal event, which is essentially just Destiny 2's attempt at search and destroy from Call of Duty. And it actually looks pretty good. There's two kind of quote-unquote bomb sites that you have to arm the bomb, and the team has to either kill you or defuse the bomb, and things like that. There's a lot of cool situations that can happen. It's a one life revive game mode, just like Trials, and it looks like it could be fairly good. It's a lot like Counter-Strike in that regard. The jumps and the physics look like they have been reworked. It has been confirmed that there's no more Titan skating in Destiny 2, so that's interesting. We also know for a fact there are no intellect, discipline, or strength stats. All the cooldowns are universal. That's awesome. That's fantastic. I wanted this in Destiny 1 for a while. I don't think that having those stats give you such a huge advantage when you can have a 30-second grenade cooldown over somebody else, just based on your armor. That's ridiculous. I think the grenades should have had universal cooldowns from the beginning. It looks like they're pretty long cooldowns as well, so it's not going to be a grenade spam game. It's going to be more gunplay, which is awesome. I love that. So the cooldowns are all going to be a little bit longer, so it's not as much of an ability focused game. And that also opens up balancing opportunities, which I will talk about a little bit later. And the old 3-gun system, primary, special, heavy, has been ditched in favor of a new 3-gun system. You're going to be able to have 2 primaries and 1 power weapon or energy weapon, which is a lot more like Halo in terms of the loadout system. Primaries include hand cannons, auto/assault rifles, scout rifles, pulse rifles, submachine guns, and possibly sidearms. Power weapons include rocket launchers, grenade launchers, sniper rifles, and shotguns. We have not seen any heavy machine guns right now. You might think that the Gatling gun, what was it called? The Sweet Business, you might think that would be a heavy machine gun, but it's actually a primary. It's actually an auto rifle. So that's pretty interesting. But yeah. Power weapon ammo is going to be spotted across the map a little bit more like special ammo is now in Destiny 1. It's going to have longer cooldowns as far as I know, and it's also going to be only single person pickup, so you cannot group up with your friends and all pick up power ammo at the same time. Only one person will be able to grab the power ammo at one time, is what I've been seeing in the gameplay. I'm not 100% sure about that, don't quote me, but from what I've seen, that looks like the case, that when someone goes and picks up power ammo, only they receive that power ammo. So that's going to be very interesting. It's a lot more like Halo in that respect, and I definitely do like that. We also know that weapon mods are a thing, so you're going to be able to modify your weapons. We don't know if that means adding scopes, sights, silencers, anything like that. We don't know. We know that the radar is pretty much the exact same as Destiny 1 as well. We know that there's an in-game show lore button for most of the items that you inspect, so it's going to be like the Grimoire cards are in the game. You can inspect different armor pieces, weapons, all that kind of stuff, and actually show the lore behind it. That's going to be awesome. I actually really am looking forward to looking into the story. I love expanded universes. I've been really into Star Wars expanded universe, Star Trek expanded universe, all those kind of just sci-fi expanded universes. I love that. I love the lore aspect of it, and I love finding out more about the backstory. I always have, and so that's going to be really, really cool. A rumor as well is that we don't know, this is not confirmed. Taking damage while reviving or grabbing ammo will reset the progress. So if you're trying to grab ammo, you know how you hold X on Xbox or square on PlayStation to revive or grab ammo. If you get shot or take any damage at all while you're doing that, it apparently resets the progress. So you cannot revive or grab ammo while you're getting shot at. You have to kill the person and then grab the revive or the ammo. That's just a rumor right now, though. And another rumor is that Glimmer description also reads, may be used as fuel. So that could mean something in terms of your ship or your Sparrow or some vehicle, that you can actually use Glimmer as a fuel source. We don't know exactly what that means, but that's just sort of another rumor that came out of the reveal event. Some text that someone noticed. So as an overview, I feel like Destiny 2 will be a lot more like Halo, especially in PvP, which is definitely not a bad thing. We might actually have gunfights for once instead of ability spam. Some of the abilities look a little bit crazy, like the Titan Barrier and Fist of Havoc as a whole, the super, like having multiple charges of that kind of feels like it might be ridiculous, but then again, Golden Gun can also have six shots, so, I think they're just going the route of making every ability overpowered and just making the cooldowns a lot longer, which I'm fine with. Like I said, universal cooldowns instead of statistic enhanced ones will allow that to be balanced more effectively. So, like, for example, if the Fist of Havoc does turn out to be a little bit too powerful, instead of just nerfing the Fist of Havoc directly, they can nerf the cooldown. They can make it a longer cooldown as opposed to Golden Gun or Dawnblade or whatever. Honestly, though, I'm thinking all the supers are going to be very, very powerful. So I don't think there's going to be any issues so far with super balance from the supers that we've seen as of yet. We're not exactly sure how the Sentinel's going to work, or how much damage the Sentinel can take if it reflects projectiles or something like that, because we know, like I said, it's a Captain America, pretty much a Captain America copy, is what it is in the super for the Sentinel, for the Defender, or for the Void Titan. So we're not exactly sure how that's going to work, but it looks like all the supers are going to be really, really strong. May not be any balance issues there. But in terms of grenades, I guess an example would be fusion, like sticky grenades. Fusion grenades are still here. We still know that there are fusion sticky grenades on the Daybreak class. Excuse me, the, what is it called? The friggin' Dawnblade, that's what it's called. The Dawnblade class does have sticky grenades, the fusion grenades from the Gunslinger. If they keep this stupid ass around the corner tracking on those things, the simple solution would be to nerf the cooldown so that it takes longer to get those grenades back, as opposed to solar grenades or firebolt grenades. So that, you know, the whole universal cooldown thing, fantastic choice. I think it's going to make subclass balancing a lot easier on Bungie, and we're going to actually have balanced subclasses instead of just what we had in Destiny 1, which is, you know, Gunslinger and Arcblade dominating at first, and then those got nerfed into the ground, and just Warlocks were absurd, and then Warlocks got changed, Gunslinger got changed and nerfed into the ground because it was absurd, and now we just have Stormcallers and Striker Titans, and that's literally it. You know, the odd Voidwalker and Sunbreaker if you're feeling a little saucy. But, you know, we've always had dominant subclasses, and hopefully Destiny 2 will put an end to that and bring balance to the Force. But yeah, that's all we know so far. I may have missed a few things. Don't know 100%. So if I did miss something, be sure to let me know in the comment section down below, and I will be sure to make an update video to this, or, you know, put an annotation or something at the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys are psyched for Destiny 2. I know I am. The beta is going to be later this summer. We don't have an exact date yet. We know, I'm assuming it's going to be mid-August. That's my assumption. But yeah, once again, thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry I've been so dark on the channel. I've had a lot going on. Hope you guys can forgive me. Honestly, I'm going to be a little bit less active going forward as well, because I've just got a lot of stuff going on. I'm working a lot more. I'm finishing up some school that's really important, and I've got a trip in June that I'm going to be gone for like 2 weeks. So apologies for that. Thank you guys so much for watching once again. I've said that like 3 times. Hope you guys are excited. I'm excited. I'm super excited for Destiny 2. It looks amazing. I'm worried a little bit about the abilities, but not too much. But yeah, see you guys in my next video. Something I did actually forget to mention is guided games. What we're seeing on the screen kind of right now actually is part of the stream. This is going to be a feature in the game like an LFG. It literally will help you find players to do raids, nightfalls, and endgame activities with if you don't have a team. So this is going to be huge for the solo players out there. You know, I personally know a lot of friends who will benefit from this, and even me. Like I've made a lot of friends over the years, but not all of them continue to play Destiny. So it can be very, very difficult to find raid teams when you want to do a raid, or nightfall teams when you want to do a nightfall, or trials teams if you want to do trials. You know, so this new feature that's going to kind of link solo players to clans that want to help those solo players out to get these endgame activities done. That's going to be really, really cool. So yeah, just wanted to add that part in there. See you guys in my next video.